Hello, DFT10 students. We're going to just use the skills that we learned in Lesson 1 just for a little bit more practice with a slightly more complex object before we move into curves and circles. And this should give you a pretty good idea and some practice that is required for you to hand in your first submission for this unit. And if we just flick over to our drafting textbook, this is the one I'm going to do with you right now, L770-0601-1. This is the one you're going to hand in. I'll just give you a couple of hints right away from common errors from students. Definitely recommend using construction layers for this one. And here's the thing you got to be aware of. This point here is 25 from the bottom of the object, whereas this point here is 30. So even though it kind of looks like this point is at the same height as this one, they are different. So when you're setting your construction lines, horizontals and verticals, make sure you have your bottom one, and then it's up 25 to that point. It's up from the bottom, it's up 30 to that point, then it's up 50 from this line to that line, then it's, then I would probably offset the very top line at 100 and then come down 30 again, come down 25 again to hit that point. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horizontal lines. And this part is angled, but you don't actually need to know what that angle is because you're going to have an intersection point here with the horizontal construction line and the vertical construction line, and you're going to have the same thing down here. So you basically just have to click the dot with the line tool. Click, 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 click. So make sure your construction lines are perfect, and then you shouldn't have too much trouble with that. This one doesn't have any angles. It's just got a few more dimensions and a few more little dips and things to watch out for. So I'm going to create this one relatively quickly using the tools and skills that we should already have in AutoCAD and just a little bit more practice before we submit that first drawing. So I'm going to go over to my AutoCAD. I've got my starting template out. Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to go save as. Okay, and this one is going to be in the single view drawings, and I'm going to call it what it's called, L770-060-1. So now all the changes I make from this point forward are going to be saved in that file instead of my template. Let's go down to my title block. This is, again, L770-060-1. That's all I need to change for now. And then it's time to get drawing. So I'm going to go to my Con 3 layer. Green's fine. And let's start looking at our object and offsetting. So I'm going to offset the horizontal lines first. So I'll start with bottom. Then I need to go up 27 from the bottom. Then I need to go, let's see, easy to go to the top. So I'll go to the top 150. So I'll do an up 27 and I'll do an up 150 from the very bottom. Start out with my usual construction line L. So that's an XL. Oops, XL. And there's my vertical line. And then just hit spacebar to repeat that. There's my horizontal line. And I'm just going to zoom in. And I'll start from there. So I said up 27, up 150. So that's the offset tool. Oh, space, 27, space, from the bottom, moving upward. Do it again. 150, I think I said, from the bottom, moving upward. Okay, so that gives me this line, and this line. Now it's easier for me to go from the top down because this measurement and this measurement are measured from the top down. So I need to go 58 down and 73 down. So let's go back to our offset, space 58, space from the top down. And then the next one was 73. So offset 73 from the top down. There it is. Okay, so that should be all the horizontal lines I need. Let's look at what vertical lines do I need. I've already got this one. And then I need one at 60, and I need one at 68 and 25. So 60, 68, 25. Okay, so just make sure you remember which one you're offsetting from. So offset 60, and it was from this far left line. Then offset 68, which was from this far left line. And then I believe the 25 is from the line that's at 68 it is. Okay, so that's an offset 25 from this line this way. So I'm up to here. Then now I just need this one and this one. Okay, so this one here at the back, that's to the far edge of the object. So that's 230 from the front And then this one right here is 200 from the front. So let's do an offset of 230 to get the very furthest line on the right. And then let's do another offset of 200. Is that right? 200? Yeah. From this line going that way. And I should have all my lines. A little bit complicated, a little convoluted in there, but hopefully you can sort of flick back and forth between your drawing and the original in the textbook to find your corners. So let's make sure now that we switch to our object layer, line tool, and then let's just start drawing. So this one goes over to the 68, I believe. 68, and then down to the 58, down, oops, there, over 25. Why have I got that as 8? I got that as 8. It should be 25. I must have had a typo. So let's go back and fix that. So this line here is clearly wrong. Go back to my con layer and then offset 25 from is that the 68 line? This way. Be right there. I feel like something's a little bit off here. Let's just double check. We need a 68, we need a 60, and then we need 25 from the 68. So let's just double check that. That's why you double, triple check your measurements. Okay, so from here, I need a 68, which is, that's 120, 116. Oh, that's, sorry, that's because I'm starting from my title block, not my actual line. So this one is 60, and I needed to go to this one is 85, and this one is 93. Okay, I think I know what my error was. My error was I based the 25 off this line instead of the line I was supposed to be. So I'm just going to go back. I was working a little bit too quickly there. So I've got my 60 line, and now I need a 68, and then 25 further from that. So offset 68. That's what I need from here, moving this way, and then offset 25 from that 68 line, moving that way. There we go. Now we're in good shape. Let's go grab our line tool, L, and let's just start filling in the gaps. So this one went all the way out to the 68. There, then it went down to 58, then it went over 25, then it went up to the top again, then it went all the way over to this line, which is the second last line, I believe. Yep. And then we go down all the way to almost the bottom, so that's this line here, over, down, all the way to the far, nope, to the 60 line. Okay, so this is when you got to be careful. You don't want to hit the 68 line, you want to hit the 60 line, which is the one that is second from the left, and then we go up all the way to that 73 line, which should be that one, and then out and back up again. So if you have to go back and forth between the drawing a couple times to make sure that you're connecting the dots properly, that's fine. Let's turn off our con line. Let's do a quick comparison between those two objects. Check that gap right there. Check that. So that looks good. That looks good. Take a couple measurements, and so this one should be 70. Whoops. Grab my dimension tool. This one should be, I believe, 73. Great. This one should be 68. Great. This one should be 60. Yeah, I'm just checking some random lines here. This one should be 27 tall. Good. All right, so now we're down to the last step again, which is scaling our title block. The usual. Go to our title block layer, lock our object, select our title block, scale our title block, SC, from here, and just, you're going to have to kind of eyeball it. Something like that. Then lock our title block, go back up to our object layer, unlock. You got to make sure that you lock the layer that you don't want to move, right? So it looks like the title block's selected, but it's not going anywhere. Then I'm going to move my object with the M key, grab any point on the object, drag it down. I could probably scale, maybe I'm being a little nitpicky here, but I could probably scale my title block just a little bit more down. So this time I'm not going to manually do it. I'm going to click on the start point, and then I'm just going to put 0.9. So I want it 90% as big as it is right now. There we go. That's 0.9. Reverse my steps. Lock title block. Unlock object layers. Select the object. M for move. See how you get, you get pretty quick at this after a while. Kind of try to center that one up. That looks really good. So we are done. Make sure my con lines are turned off. And go to save one more time. Control S or click the save button. Caching, saving. Saved. Then I can go and find it in my appropriate folder. I can select it and download it. And then hand it in. All right, as always, if you have any questions, please send me an email or bring it to the live session. Have a good day.